really just we have to grasp our understanding. It could happen to anybody. It could happen to any one of us. And we have to take the responsibility on ourselves to fix those wrongs that happen.
Today I'm talking with Luke Rudkowski, founder of We Are Change. We Are Change is a social and political activist group which is redefining citizen journalism by asking politicians and newsmakers the questions that the controlled corporate media just won't ask. We Are Change also engages in social justice activism and charitable fundraising, including offering significant support to 9/11 first responders. Luke, it's an honor to talk with you today, and thank you for joining me on the Corbett Report.
Well, thank you for having me. Really appreciate it, brother. You're doing an excellent job. Just keep it up.
Thank you. Well, let's get straight to the heart of the matter. Tell people about what you're planning for the 7th anniversary of 9/11 in New York next week.
Well, this 7th anniversary here in New York City, we're planning on doing 3 days of events, fundraising events for sick and dying 9/11 first responders. We're going to be having movie showings, speaker symposiums, and also musical concerts by Talib Kweli, Dead Prez, Saigon, krs-one, Channel Live. We're doing a lot of big things this year, and our main goal is to raise as much money as we can for the sick and dying 9/11 first responders. This year, the need is greater than ever. The further we get away from 9/11, more first responders are affected. Hundreds have died. Thousands are sick and dying as we speak. We even had a good friend, Greg Corbett, who was a first responder. He was a federal marshal, pass away actually last week. And we're doing it for him, we're doing it for his family, and all those other heroes who came to this country's need when we needed them most on 9/11.
Unfortunately, there are still people out there who aren't even aware of the plight of the 9/11 first responders. Can you tell us about what they're facing and some of the charities you're working with to get these heroes the medical treatment they deserve?
Sadly, a lot of people don't understand what's really happening with our 9/11 heroes. Many of the 50,000 9/11 heroes who came down to help during the rescue effort at Ground Zero were lied to by Christy Todd Whitman and the federal government and were told that the air was safe to breathe. The air was not safe to breathe. The government knowingly lied just to open up the stock market. And we know that from declassified documents that came out from the EPA, that they said that they knew the air was not safe to breathe. It was edited by the federal government to say it was safe to breathe so they could start making money at the stock exchange. And right now we have a situation where the federal government does not want to help our 9/11 heroes, because if they do support them and give them the proper medical care that they deserve, they're going to have to own up and admit that they lied to our 9/11 heroes. And that's why if the federal government is not going to help those people in need, we are Change, we are here, and we will do their job. We will help those in need, because that's what life's about. It's about helping others, doing the right thing, and being there for people who were there for us when we needed them most.
Tell us about some of the first responders you've gotten to know in your work with We Are Change.
I mean, there's so many amazing individuals that basically gave up everything to help save and rescue people. I just got off the phone with Mike McCormick, and he was there on 9/11 with the Special Rescue Unit, and he was actually the gentleman that rescued the flag down at Ground Zero. And his medical history is just horrendous, what's been happening to him after 9/11. And the way he has been treated, the way he has been disrespected by our government is just crazy. He's going to be here this year for our 7th anniversary. We're planning on having him down there at Ground Zero during the memorial services, calling out the names of all the first responders that passed away on 9/11. We're also asking people to bring candles out to Ground Zero this year so we could light a match and a candle for all those heroes who passed away after 9/11. And then again, there's so many amazing individuals. And if you come to New York City and you're here, you get to meet, you get to hear them, and it's really a life-changing experience. It took me meeting these 9/11 heroes to understand that we have to do something to help them. And by meeting them, your life has a totally new revision, and totally has new life, and it makes you want to do the right thing.
Well, for those people who do have the chance to partake in that life-changing experience in New York next week, break down some of the events that are going on, where they're taking place, and how people can get tickets.
You can get tickets right now at 2008nowornever.com. All the tickets are sold there. You could also buy tickets at the door, of course. We're working on a movie showing Wednesday night where we're going to show Fabled Enemies and 9/11 Truth Rising. The next day we're going to have a huge action memorial service vigil down at Ground Zero on September 11th, where we're going to peacefully be there in respect for all those ones lost on 9/11. We're going to call out the names of all the first responders who passed away. We're going to light candles, and we're going to pay respect. And we're going to be silent, and we're going to have our Investigate 9/11 T-shirts on. After that, we're going to have another vigil at Judson Church, where you will get to hear all the family members speak, all the rescue workers speak. You will get to hear Cynthia McKinney, Green Party presidential candidate, speak. Daniel Sanjata, and other luminaries within this 9/11 Truth movement. And then the big show is happening Friday, September 12th, at Spotlight Live. We're doing a big event at Spotlight Live with Talib Kweli, krs-one, Dead Prez, Saigon, Channel Live, and many big people within the hip-hop community who are now taking a stand for 9/11 Truth.
It sounds like an incredible event. Why did you choose to call it 2008 Now or Never?
We chose that because this is the last year the Bush administration is in office. This is really the pinnacle of this 9/11 Truth movement. It's either right now or never. We stand up for this country and we do the right thing for it, and we stop the next false flag attack that may happen when the next president comes in. So it's about just, this is one of the last years that we really have a huge opportunity to take things back, to do the right thing. And 2008, it's already been 7 years. The further we get away, the harder it's going to be. But we need to make a stand right now, saying 7 years is long enough. We had enough. We're going to stand up for the truth. We don't care. We will be there on 9/11 at Ground Zero this year.
Stepping back for a second, the anniversary of these horrific events is obviously a very solemn time. In your own words, why is it important for the 9/11 Truth movement to gather together to mark the anniversary?
Because the whole world is watching. The whole world is going to be watching Ground Zero on 9/11. It's very important for us to be out there, send a strong message to the media, send a strong message to everybody out there that we are here, we are not leaving, we are never going to stop doing this. Every year it's a historic event, all the way from 2006 when we had thousands of people down there, from 2007 when we had thousands of people out there. We send out a strong message. We bring more people together than anybody. This is where 9/11 happened. This is where we get family members, rescue workers to support our cause. This is where we start everything. We give out literally hundreds of thousands of flyers each anniversary to people for free. We give out thousands of DVDs for the people for free. We educate so many people. We have a huge impact here, and we show everybody that we are here, we are strong, and we are not going away anywhere.
The only way I could see us getting New York City back and us fulfilling the void that we have here is when the family members have all their questions answered, and when all the 50,000 first responders have the proper medical care and proper unemployment benefits that they deserve. That's the only way we can take the city back and get rid of that void that's in there. Because every time I pass by on a highway, every time I see the skyline without the towers there, it's a void and it pisses me off, and every time I get angry.